I'm Steph Hodge with Board Game Geek, here with Emerson Machiguchi and Heiko Eller from Heidelberg.
Yes.
My apologies. And we're looking at Vault.
That's true.
And what is this? It kind of looks like a fighting game in an arena.
I mean, it's a game only Japanese people would invent.
Oh, is that right?
Yes, because we have an infatuation with like robots fighting, right? So this
Okay.
is a game about the robot fighting league. So imagine, say like those old TV shows like BattleBots or Robo Wars.
Okay,
right,
sure,
from the TV shows. But imagine that like 50 years in the future. How cool would those things be now? So
Do they get to fly?
No, because it has to all be, well, if they flew, then we'd have to do something with the audience stadiums. I mean, there's a whole lot of logistical issues in terms of flight and things like that, so yeah.
And we need room for expansions anyway.
Oh,
Yeah,
right. There
yeah,
you go.
Exactly, exactly. Although I think there's a jetpack in here somewhere, isn't there?
Oh, hey.
Don't spoil it.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. No, you didn't hear that. You didn't hear that part. So, but it's a game about battling robots.
Excellent.
So it's,
So we get some cards, or
yes, there are some cards.
how
but
do
the
they work?
Well, actually, the most important thing, before we go into the
Oh,
cards,
okay.
we should go into the object of the game.
Yes, what
so
do we do?
the object of the game is to to get victory points. It sounds
Victory points.
it sounds
Good.
very Euro-ish, but there are two ways of getting victory points. The first way is that we will flip over. There's a series of tiles here, and each of these tiles will have a number underneath them. So this will determine where the victory point will be. So this will be the number 5. We place this.
Attention, Gen exhibitors. The time is now 9:55, and the show will be opening in 5 minutes.
So whoever's robot is on that spot by the end of the round will get a victory point. That's one of the two ways. The other way is to destroy your opponents.
Which is the better way.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It's a more
easier way.
That's what I want to do, right?
So there are two ways you could, well, probably more ways to destroy your opponent, but two basic ways of destroying your opponent. You
Sure.
you can push them into a pit by moving. So you,
Pit of Doom.
the pit of doom, exactly. The other way is that each of the robots are equipped with lasers as well, weapons. Players also have 2 blue dice as well as 2 red dice. The red dice are actually used for attack.
Okay.
So you can attack in all the different all eight directions, and if you hit your opponent with one of your lasers, you deal a point of damage. If you're the ones to deal the 3rd point of damage, which would destroy them, you get a victory point.
Excellent.
So there is kill stealing in this game.
Totally.
A lot.
Yeah.
Yes, a lot of
of
kill
that.
stealing. So those are the two ways of getting victory points. Now, how do you control your robot to actually get those victory points? Well, this control module has 3 sections right here. But these are actually the actions that you're going to take. So all the players will take their first action, second action, and third action.
I see.
And now players will have 4 dice to use.
Which never roll.
Which I never
It's
rolled.
very Euro.
Yes.
Oh, never
Yes,
rolled.
yes.
Excellent.
Well, it's even more Euro because other Euros roll the dice, but this, we never roll the dice. There are absolutely no dice
Wow.
that are rolled. Yes.
All right, so how
we
do
need
we-
to put a warning on the box that says, do
Yeah.
not roll
Do
these
not-
dice.
And we have 16 of them.
I
Yes.
just want to roll dice.
I know, people will see it and they'll start to roll the dice, and I always forget to explain that part, and I always see people take their dice and start
Ready,
rolling
go.
them.
Which gives you a little bit less control over
Yes,
the game.
yes.
Of
But this
course.
one you have full control. So these control units will allow you to move and fire. If you want to move, and we'll just say that I am this robot over here.
Sure.
If I wanted to move, it's all relative to this board. So the facing of your robot is completely irrelevant. You don't need to worry about that at all.
Okay,
So
great.
if you want to move in that direction, you place the dice there.
He goes
If
5.
you want to, and then,
Forward?
exactly,
Okay.
exactly. It will move 5 spaces forward. So the number on the dice determines how far you're going to go, and you get to decide that.
You always get to choose how many spaces?
You get to choose how many
That's
spaces is
it.
that.
Just as easy as that.
Yes, just as easy as that.
Nice.
You could also choose the direction that you want to go. Now there can only be 1 dice per unit over here. Now if you place the red dice, now you'll notice that there's only 4 blue buttons, so you can only
course.
move in the orthogonal direction.
Yeah, makes sense.
But when it comes to the firing, you can fire in all directions,
Of course.
orthogonal and diagonal. Now the number here doesn't represent the range, but it's more
Too
just,
easy.
yeah. So these, well, because you're firing your lasers just don't go shoot. It doesn't do that, right?
Yeah, true.
So it goes all the way. So the number on it actually represents the timing of it. Sometimes you want to shoot fast, so you'll put a 1 there. Sometimes you want to shoot after an opponent move, so you'll put a higher number there.
So if you think the opponent's going somewhere, you want to hit him after he moves.
Correct.
I got you.
Yes. So you put 1 dice on each, and you resolve them. All players will resolve their first unit first, with the lowest number resolving before the higher numbers.
Got you.
In case there's a tie, let's say if player A. Oh, I'm just making a mess of things.
It's a prototype, do what you want.
Okay.
Excellent.
So let's say if it was like this, it's a tie in the numbers. Blues always resolve before reds.
Okay. And what if you had blue?
So if we have blue, once you've committed, once you've committed all of your actions, you would take one of these tokens up here.
Initiative.
So let's say if the blue player took this one and the green player took this one.
Could I take this one if I wanted to?
Absolutely.
All right.
So you may want to go later. You may want to break the tie, or you may want the opponent to go first in the tie.
Got you.
So you have control over that as well. So that's how you resolve those actions. So everyone's first action will take place, then the second one will resolve, and then the third one will resolve, and then you resolve to see who got the victory point. Any robot that got destroyed, though, so destruction is not the end of the game for you. There is no player elimination. There's unlimited respawn, so you basically have unlimited quarters in this game.
Yes.
Okay?
Nice.
So now there is a consolation prize, and that's where the cards come in. Is that once you're destroyed, you have the option to choose from 3 different decks.
It's always red for me, no matter what.
Okay,
You
yes.
can have only 1, I'm sorry.
Yes. So if you take a look at your character card here.
Straight up.
So your character card has 2 sides of it, right? So, and there are 3 different types. You have the reds, which are your weapons, and they can only go on this side. So you see the connection there.
I see that connection.
Yes. The blues are for mobility, so you'll notice that they go in this section right here, and it connects on that side.
Perfect.
Now the yellow ones are tactical, so they can go on either side.
You cover up.
Yes. But when you place one over it, you basically take this card, and now you have it in your inventory.
Oh, inventory.
So at the start of your turn, you can always swap them out.
back.
You can switch them back, depending on the board state.
Ladies and exhibitors,
That
it's
sounds
Sunday, 10 a.m., the last day of the show. Get what you're looking for today. It's your last chance.
Play over a number of rounds.
Nope. You play until one player in the training arena, I believe it is 3 victory points. To play the full game, you collect 5 victory points. The first person to collect 5 victory points wins.
Training has no cards, so it is interesting to a certain degree, but everybody, I mean, if you have a robot fighting in an arena without any weapons or cool gadgets, I mean, there comes a moment like, I need it now.
You need the extra cards.
Yes.
Make it-
So the training is just to lead you into the game so you
Yes.
can have a real thing.
Absolutely.
So the training game is really just to familiarize the players to the mechanics
That is really cool.
and get them used to not rolling the dice. That's probably the biggest psychological hurdle. It's like they see
No,
dice, they
that's
want to
really
roll
good
it.
because then you can play
Yes.
happy knowing that people are doing what they want
Yes.
instead of like rolling and then say, well, all right.
Yes.
And there's this weird real-time component because let's say you are just standing like that and this guy wants to escape because he has already 2 damage.
Yeah.
So in the end it comes down to I need
I
that
need
one.
that one. Oh,
and
we
you
gotta
do
get
maybe
that.
something stupid here to just be first.
Just to grab it, yes.
Absolutely. And is this available at the con or?
No, this
No.
is actually just for demo.
This
Yes.
is just for demo, so this is coming out when?
In Essen?
Essen! Yes! So let's hope for Essen.
Yes.
And it plays 4 player. 2 to 4?
2 to 4.
Yes. I mean, that's another thing we could mention. Like,
Oh, okay.
This game is most fun if a board is full with robot weapons and things
Of
that are
course.
happening. But we found a cool mechanic, like if you're only 2 players and you think, oh, and you dance around or something like, we can add some AI robots in to make it way more exciting.
Yeah,
because we are just looking for you. So, and who
also
knows
have-
what happens in the future?
Yes.
There could be like player abilities. Robot. This guy's got a cool like saw.
Yes.
Yeah, I like him most. I mean,
Yes.
we made a little bit of a world around it, but we had no space in the rulebook to
That's
add it.
fair.
So we are coming up with a thematic trailer to finally say, this is the German industry robot machine. We have a cool,
The Japanese one. you
yes,
can
the
see it
hero
kinda-
of all day, the champion. Yeah.
It kind of harkens back to like the Gundam, Power Ranger, Power Zord.
He does kind of look like that, huh?
I mean, Americans have this. I don't want to know. It's this dog from the scrapyard. He's
Underdog.
cool.
Yeah,
He's the underdog.
The Americans are the underdog. There we go.
Yeah, that's true.
That is really cool.
So and we also had time to make some funny advertisement about it. Like you have
May
weird
the
spawn.
power be with you.
Yeah, you never heard that line similar before, right?
Never.
So a little bit of a fun. I mean, mechanic is the responsibility of a designer. So we publishers, we can do the fun around it.
Yeah.
It's a great thing.
There's a
No,
lot,
it
there's a lot of
sounds
design space
really
to do
fun.
expansions and things like
Yeah,
that. Lots of crazy
absolutely.
ideas that we can't mention, right?
No.
Maybe
Even if it's a very
thinking about
private, very private conversation here.
Well, thank you so much, Emerson Hugo. And this is Vaults, coming hopefully at Essen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Steph.
That was great, guys.